Hi, this is Chris at the Wandering Bull. Today we're going to talk about turbans, turban construction, and the material used to make one, and we'll put one together so you can see how all those components fit together. I don't think there's a right or wrong way when it comes to components, so you may want to look around and see what other people apply to their turbans. This one's floral beaded on black velvet, sequins added. It's edged with blue silk ribbon. This one here is bear fur and edge beaded. It's got the brass concho in the front. So this is the tail of the otter, and it would hang down the back of your head, and it's edged with the salvage edge of trade cloth. This turban has a wool tab, and it's edged with the yellow fox braid trim and beaded as well, and it has some brooches applied to this one. So two different turbans, two different kinds of material, the same end result. So we're going to talk about otter turban. We're going to line it. We're going to put a rawhide insert. This guy does not have that rawhide insert, and either does this one. So the sides are soft. With the rawhide insert, it's going to make it stand upright, and it will keep its shape for the long run. So for today, we're going to work with an otter hide. It's a full otter hide, his tail and the head. We're going to flip him over 2 feet, and the hind feet would be here. I'm going to turn this guy inside out. I want to cut the hide on the hide side and not cut through the fur. If you cut through the fur with this pair of scissors, I'm going to have fur everywhere, and I want to save that. I don't want that to happen. I'm going to draw a straight line so I can cut that with the razor. And slide that right down that pencil mark. Right up to the chin. I want to make that turban like 4.5 inches tall. So I'm going to find that center point. Draw my mark. So that center line would run from the back of the head to the back of the tail, or to the tail, right down the middle. I want to measure each side of that line. So I'm going to make it 4 inches. I'm going to incorporate the head. And where the otter hide is expensive, these pieces on the side, you're not going to waste them. You use them for other projects. So I'm going to cut those out right now, and so theoretically I'm going to lose the belly on both sides of this guy. And I don't want to push down onto my cutting board, because then in turn I will still cut more first. So I want to basically hold it off of the board and just slide the razor right along my mark. So I got both belly sections cut out. Here's my piece, my 4 inches wide. Let's see how long it is. And he's running like 30 inches from the nose to the base of the tail. I want to use that tail section for a nice drop down the back. My head diameter is 23 inches. And I want to wrap this around. I want to save the head. And if we allow for, say, those two pieces to come together, and then the head overlapping of the thickness of my hand, say 4 inches. So I'm going to make this 28 inches long. So 28 to there. Use my pencil mark here. So I want to save the head because I want to leave the face on the turban, and I'm going to cut it. So now my tail would be almost 20 inches. So I'm going to attach that tail to the top of the turban here, and I will be down 28 inches. So I have my otter section cut out to the length I want and to the width I want. He's 4 inches. I have my rawhide at like 3 3/4. Gives me a little bit of space on the top and bottom, so I can in turn apply the liner on the inside and add that edge beading to this. Take my calico fabric and I'm going to iron it and come up with 4 inches, so it'll be exactly this thickness. I'm going to fold it underneath on both sides so I don't have this loose edge. I want a nice finished edge. So I'm going to do a quick whip stitch from the face across the top to attach the fur to the liner, and then I'll do the other side, and that's when I'll slide in the rawhide. What I want to do is not bring my needle in through the fur side. I want to bring the needle in through the leather side. Because it pulls nicely. If I went the other way, if my needle went in through the fur, then I pull all the fur with my thread all the way inside. So each time I'd get tangled in the fur. By going this direction, I save myself a little bit of aggravation. And I'm probably going to go, 1/2 inch apart, because this is just to hold the pieces together. Won't be the finished look. You could do this for the finish and not edge bead it and or not put ribbon on it. Entirely up to you. So I sewed one edge of my calico lining to the fur. So now my rawhide insert will fit in nicely. So now I should be able to now I'm going to stitch the two pieces together. So now I'm sewing through the liner, the fur, the liner, and then the other piece of fur. So I'm using the single ply imitation sinew and the Glover's needle. I'm using a number 5 Glover's needle, and I'm just going to stitch the two ends together on this top edge, and then avoid going through the rawhide sleeve or the rawhide insert to make it stiff. I don't want to go through that. So I have sewed one side together, and now I want to sew that guy. See, let's see if it still fits. That's pretty good. So you can see there's the two sides. I'm gonna move that fur out of my way, pull my thread tight, and go through one piece, catch the other side. It's a little tricky in here with sewing the two pieces together in the rawhide liner insert. The needle keeps wanting to bump into that rawhide insert. So I'm now pleased I have it sewn into a complete tube. There you go. And see the body that it has with that liner? This bear fur one does not have the liner, so the sides are a little soft, nice and firm. So if I want to maintain the face on my right hand side, and next we want to work on the drop going down the back. And this is where you want to add the bling. You know, it's important to have that down. You want to decorate it, you want it nice. And you know, I put some silver brooches on it, nice beaded tube, some peyote stitch, got some little ermine fur wrapped around that tube, and expensive trade cloth salvage edge right up. So we have our tail, and the tail ended here, and this portion was part of the body of the animal. I just want to trim that and lose these little pieces on the side. So I want to take that and attach it there. So I could sew it inside out like this and have it flip over. That's how this one's done. There's the stitching, flip it over the tail. And this one here, I believe is just sewn right to that side so it hangs down nicely. Two different construction techniques, and you know, you'll find one that's easier for you or works better. Let's see. So if this is on over my right ear, then this would be the center in the back. I'd want to put the center of that tail right there. So for this application, I'm going to double up my single ply sinew, because that tail is going to hang down and have a little tension on the top of that turban. And I feel that this would be a little stronger to hold that tail onto the turban and keep it in place properly. So I want to start on the inside of my turban with my needle and push it out to the first side. That's my center. Line it up on the center of my tail and push that through that. I'm going to keep all that fur nice, keep it out of my way, and still continue with that 1/2 inch intervals on the spacing of the imitation sinew. So right to the end of that edge, a couple more stitches here. So I started in the center of the tail and the center of the rear of the turban. And by starting in the center, then I know that it's going to end up there properly, opposed to starting at this end here and stitching that way. If everything kind of moved a little bit, it would be off center. So I will finish to the end, tie a knot, and then go back to the center and work to my right. Nice long, fold that guy down, but nice long tail hanging down. So there we go. Otter fur turban, showed you how to cut that hide, how to apply the liner, slide the rawhide insert in, stitch it around the top, put that face on that right side ear, and have the tail of that animal hanging down. So that's relatively easy. Now you would want to apply rosettes or conchos, and same with decorating the tail. You may want to edge bead it, edge bead the top, and or put ribbon on the top as well. All of this is the bling that you want to add to your turban. Depends on the style. If you're up north, you might want more floral kind of style. If you're down in the southern plains, you might want to go with just a basic concho in the front. So here at the Wandering Bull, we sell all the components to make these guys. We have otter hide, rawhide for the insert, imitation sinew, needles to do the construction. We sell feathers, wool, glass beads, and the brooches. So if you have any questions, you can certainly give us a call at 1-800-430-2855. Our knowledgeable staff will be glad to assist you if you have any questions, or send us a note through Instagram, our website, wanderingbull.com. Thanks for watching.